I've gotten totally out of it, sorry. The nerves were settling down and just totally gone off the planet now. In response, I'll say thank you, Kevin, for your comments on Minster-on-Sea. It is a very active club. We always appreciate when you come over and visit us.
To be worn the rest of the evening.
This is a big surprise, isn't it? Hang on, that's not beer. I'm sorry, Keith.
Thank you. You knew this was coming. Apologise for the singing now. Are we ready?
Here we go.
Are we ready? Five little Rotary frogs went to the president's ball, drinking a most delicious beer. Glug, glug. One spotted Gary White without a beer inside, so they gave me delicious beer. Glug, glug.
Four
Little Rotary frogs
went to the president's ball, drinking a most delicious beer.
Glug, glug.
One spotted Gary White without a drink inside, so they gave him
This
a
delicious beer. Glug, glug.
Three little Rotary frogs went to the president's ball, drinking a most delicious beer. Glug, glug. One spotted Gary White without a drink inside, so they gave him a delicious beer.
Glug, glug.
Two little Rotary frogs went to the president's ball, drinking a most delicious beer. Glug, glug. One spotted Gary White without a beer inside, so they gave him delicious beer.
Too many words in that one.
One little Rotary frog went to the president's ball, drinking a most delicious beer. Glug, glug. One spotted Gary White without a drink inside.
So, ready? Ready? Cheers. You do your speech now, you know.
Hang on.
No, you've got to wear it.
You're joking. Hang on. 4 out of 5, that's not bad actually. John Smith's, it's not beer, sorry.
That's your last evening.
You know my thoughts on John Smith's. Okay. There's no way I was going to memorise this. I was halfway through saying thank you, Kevin, for being there, etc., etc., and thank you to all fellow Rotarians for being, in this case, in front of me, but definitely been behind me throughout an interesting year. So I did prepare a few notes, just in case I was asked. Anyway, good evening, fellow Rotarians and guests. A brief, my journey through Rotary. About 14 years ago, for some strange reason, I was at a Rotary beer festival. And I was chatting with Dave Sargent and William Foreman, who unfortunately isn't here this evening, over a half a ale or two anyway. And Dave said to me, here, because he talks like that, have you thought about joining Rotary? Because he pronounces it like that, doesn't he? And William said, be president one day. So I went along to my first Rotary meeting, and, well, here we are, 14 years later. Don't you hate it when people are right? Anyway, a bit later in my Rotary career, I've been going to meetings for quite a while. I was inducted by the president, which I think was Dave Sargent, but I might be wrong on that score. And he said a few words, and he gave me a badge. And William came up behind me and said, "Your subs are due." I'm sorry William's not here, because he'd appreciate that. Anyway, moving on. About 3 years ago-ish, Raymond asked me if I would be vice president. So I thought about it and said, okay, I've got a couple of years to go out, meet other Rotarians, meet other clubs, get to know the ropes. What could go wrong? Boy, did I get that one wrong. I don't have to tell you what did go wrong, as it turns out. So nearly 2 years of lockdowns and Zoom meetings, suddenly it's my year. I haven't been out and seen many Rotarians. I haven't visited any clubs. So panic set in. I was going to do the next piece of this using the lyrics from various songs, because I have been known to play the occasional record or two. That seems quite easy, to be honest, but it helps if you know what you're going to say in the first place. But I give it a try. First I was afraid. Then I was petrified. But I got by with a little help from my friends. I'm not going to name names, but thank you all. Mike Brown, Andy Brown, Dawn Brown, John Girton, Andy Wilmore, Caroline and Raymond. And often, quite often at sometimes, at the end of the phone, Fiona, for my guidance and advice. There's always someone out there you can speak to. Remember this one, Dawn. Being president is nothing without the club behind you. It's a job you do not take on lightly. I'm glad I didn't staple the paper together. How many pages? 15. But I got by with a little help from my friends. I'm not going to name names, but thank you for keeping me focused and sometimes in focus. Paula, Karen and Lizzie from our media team for basically plastering me all over Facebook for the last year, which has been highly embarrassing, but quite good fun. And also to one of our newer members, Simon, for putting that amazing photograph on the website. I'm sure I was smiling before it was Facebooked.
Definitely need to change it.
Minster on Sea is different from most Rotary clubs in many ways. And to me, it is all about the members, without whom I would be lost. I got by with a little help from my friends. There's Dave, and there's Dave, and there's David. You can sort that out amongst yourselves. We got a William. We got a Ken. We got a Kenneth. Sort that out between yourselves. Jenny, Hannah, Rachel. I think we created a monster there. Carl and of course Tony. All the spices. Madeleine, Mandy, and of course Terry. There's Danny, without whom our dinner money would be a right mess. We got Mad Mike, who's not actually mad. Or is he? We got Keith. Watch this face. We got Gary Price. We got Karen M, because I can't pronounce them. We got Colin and Maggie, who are diamonds, and unfortunately they went on holiday and didn't come. We got Lee. What can I say? We got Lee. And of course, my wife Sue, who has put up with me for what must seem to her a very long Rotary year. Have I forgot anybody? Phil Chislett. No offence, Phil isn't here. We do it at every meeting, it doesn't matter. Regrets? I've had a few. But then again, too few to mention. Please don't sing. I did what I had to do. I saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course with a lot of help. Each careful step along the byway. And more, much more than this, I did it the Minster Sea way. I got by with a lot of help from all my friends. Thank you. Too much repeat. And I think at this moment in time, it's time to dim the lights, wind up the gramophone, and let poor old Mike, who's been sitting there all evening, take over. Put on your boogie shoes, get on the floor, dance yourself dizzy. Think about those ones. Thank you.